to him or to her, but I truly feel for the communication people in European projects, because they are truly between a rock and a hard place. On one hand, they need to create these memorable, good stories. On the other hand, they do need to serve the interests of the politicians who are their bosses. On the other hand, they need to feed the journalists stories that the journalists can use. So I really think they are doing a tremendous work by trying to respond to all the stakeholders.
Shortly, how to create a good story, a new story for this old continent?
Just like we've always done it, listen for stories and create opportunities for stories to be told. Story competitions, story forums, just places where people gather in a circle and tell good stories. It's stories where the hero changes. This is what people love to see. They love to see a good story of somebody changing from zero to hero, for example, or a stranger in a strange land. And stories like the one that President Juncker evoked of the baker in Kos was baking bread for the refugees, that is a great story that we need to share more, to tell the people about it. And there was also another story about the Greek, I think he was a sportsman who jumped literally in the water to help bring to the shore some refugees that were fleeing in the sea. We need more stories like this. Now, indeed, in order to get those stories to the public, we need to do a sort of a research work, because we need to find them. I think a true obstacle is the one that you've just evoked, probably unwittingly, which are the politicians, the local elected officials. Because unfortunately, what they think is good news is really not interesting to the media. But the problem again there, or rather the challenge, is to educate them. So if we are their communication officer, advisors, their PR people, we need to educate them in what it means, in what a good story constitutes. And to explain that the media will never write, just we've created so many somethings, and that's not a story. The story is how bad it used to be and how good it is now. The story sometimes is of a politician who used to be cold-hearted and of different values that he has now, and who learned something along the way.
I think it's the most important that people who are benefiting from the EU-funded projects, that they are also involved into the project. If something is being renovated or built in their community for themselves, I think it's important that they know about it and that they also somehow contribute. Because if they are a part of it, they are much more likely to accept the idea and actually use the results of that project, as opposed to if it is something that an organization in their neighborhood is organizing, and they may know and may not know about it. So that's why it is very, very important to have them, come participate, do something, even if it's a small thing, but something that they can contribute themselves. Make it personal and make it understandable for people.
Often we are confronted with the question what kind of photos and video materials we can use and what kind of copyrights do these materials have. Often we have to pay for them, and this is a problem for the programs because they don't have the budget, or the budget is not eligible for some of them. So more and more the programs and projects use Creative Commons license works, and that is also a great way of supporting local artists, local photographers, and have a real cooperation. I think one of the questions we're always confronted with is how to be close to the citizens at the local level and how to communicate them the benefits of EU projects. And one of the recommendations I can give is that photos and videos speak so much more for themselves even than texts and long speeches. So this is what I can really recommend using. Use photos and videos. One recommendation I can give to communication officers working for EU programs or projects is that they more and more can use also Creative Commons license works. That means photos, music works, video material, and this is a great way for them because often the programs or the projects don't have a lot of money, or they have even eligibility rules that make it difficult to purchase certain works of art or photos. So using Creative Commons license works is a great benefit for all, for the the artists and also for the EU communicators.